Hello, I'm Georgie from Jamie's Food Team and I'm going to show you how to assemble a summer pudding. So to start, we're going to line our 1.5 litre pudding basin, and to do that you want to get a little bit of kitchen paper and a tiny bit of olive oil, and just enough to give it a tiny little coating, not tons, just so the cling film which you're going to line it with doesn't stick. So rub this around the pudding basin and then get your cling film, and you want to crisscross it so you don't have any gaps. Put it in like so. Make sure you've got an overhang as well, because you're going to want to cover the top of the pudding with the cling film. So leave a bit of an overhang like this, and then just rip it off. And do the same on the other side at a 90-degree angle, like this. Now I've got a loaf of bread here, which I've sliced up into 1 centimetre slices, and I've cut off the crusts, and I've just spread out a thin layer of seedless jam on one side. So there's our cling film. So push the cling film down inside the pudding basin and make sure there's no gaps at all, and make sure it goes all the way down inside and you've still got enough overhang to cover the top. And you just want to line the inside of the pudding basin with the buttered bread almost. Overlap them slightly, because as the fruit mixture goes in and it's quite wet, it'll push it all against each other and you just don't want any gaps at all. So don't worry if you almost fan out the bread. It'll look quite chunky to start with, but as you put the filling in and as it sits, this will get really soggy and it will sit really flat against the mould. So make sure that's all quite even and overlapped and sitting quite high up. Give your hands a little wash. And make sure you've still got a couple of slices left to go on the top. And I've got my fruit here, which had about a 5-minute simmer, and I've got a slotted spoon, so I'm going to leave all the lovely juices behind in the pan, and I'm just going to use my spoon to spoon in my lovely fruit, my summer fruits, and pushing it down as you go with the back of the spoon. And in between, just drizzling in a little bit of elderflower. So get a spoon, you don't have to be too precise, don't worry. And just scatter around on the bread, on the fruit. So you want about 4 tablespoons of elderflower in total. Keep going, pushing it down. And you can see there's just enough juice in there that will soak through the bread. You won't have a completely soaked through vibrant red bread, but then with the remaining juice you can reduce that afterwards and pour it over the top. So pour 1 more tablespoon of elderflower cordial around like that. And then you want to finish off with your remaining slices. Try not to crumple up your cling film too much. And then get your last 2 bits of bread. And again, jam side down. Just put them over the top. Brilliant. And then what you want to do is you want to cover the top with the cling film. And don't worry, at the moment it will look quite messy, quite angular. But as you weigh it down, you put it in the fridge, it will all mould together. So cover it completely. Now what you want to do is get a plate that fits on top of your basin, push it down, and then put something heavy on top that's going to keep it weighted down. Like you could use another bowl if you have it, or if that takes up too much room. I mean, that's a great weight. Or if you have a jar of jam or a pestle, anything that's really heavy. And that's how to prepare a summer fruit pudding. All you need to do now is pop it in the fridge, leave it overnight, and then it's ready to serve.